Henry, how we doing? The day after RAF 12.
It feels good. It feels good to be king. It feels good. No, but great event. RAF 12 delivered the 1 year anniversary, but we had Jordan Burroughs, Gable Steveson, Bo Nickel. I mean, we had tons of Olympic champions. The debut of Jesse Mendez, Ono, Davino. Like just a lot of great matches and a lot of great wrestlers. And RAF 12 delivered.
Why the call out for Cody Garbrandt?
Because I'm gonna go down a weight division, so I'm gonna go down to 145 pounds. And remember, like the whole thing with like the crossover, is you want to get the biggest names. And Cody was, I think, was a 3-time state champion, Ohio, I believe. Like he had the pedigree for wrestling, so. And I feel like he wanted me to go down 145 pounds, so I feel like we're in Ohio, people know him. He's got millions of followers. I think it's a great way to grow the sport.
Any interest in wrestling Aljo?
Yeah, Aljo would be another one. Heck yeah! Now that you mentioned that, yeah, I'd love to get all those back. I think Aljo's another one. There's a lot of guys coming in. If they can make 155 pounds, give them to me. Mattel's gone run if he wants. Benoit Saint Denis if they want. You know what I'm saying? Like there's endless of matchups, but these dudes got to make weight, man. As you saw it, I wasn't that pudgy this time in the singlet.
Yeah, what did training look like this time compared to the last time that you competed?
It's just more discipline. I think the biggest thing is me. I need to be pushed now, man. Like before, I was always self-driven and things like that, but I feel like now I have to be pushed, man. The only way for me to become or be consistent in training and winning is like I need to be pushed. And I'm man enough to say that. Where before it was always just me self-driven. I think you get to a point where you get lazy, or you just get content with things. You know what I'm saying? Or you get tired of doing things. You need to tear your brands up your ass. Pause, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they say, man, wrestling's one of the toughest things to do. Like MMA fighters say that. Like, how hard is it coming back to wrestling with a delay that you had?
Yeah, no, it is. Well, I will say this, bro. I have never been exhausted in that match with Merab in Georgia, like ever before. Like, man, I went back to the locker room and I was literally huffing and puffing for like 10 minutes, dude, still. Like, my chest was still like this. Like, it is so different. I even told Jordan, I was like, because he had even asked, he was how tired, he was like, bro, I was like, I've never been that tired before in my life. So wrestling is just different, man. It's painful. It's exhausting compared to fighting. Fighting, we're in like an upright stance. Once you get back to that stance, somebody's coming at you. It's just different.
What are your thoughts on the RAF crossover title, just in general?
I think it's great. I think it's good because a lot of the crossover guys, like let's be honest, man. Like even like I've been away from the sport, for 14 years. That was the last time I competed in wrestling formally, like at my prime, at the 2012 Olympic trials against Nick Simmons. That was my last match period, and I feel like you got to do that because if not, we're all gonna get beat up, man. If we get all these guys that are fighters and into like. With the elite people, like we won't make them. I mean, look at Bo Nickel. He just lost a 21-year-old. Just when you spend your time in certain places, like it's just different.
You were one of the youngest wrestling Olympic champions. Can you just talk about the youth right now that you see in freestyle wrestling and college wrestling?
Oof, man, America, Russia. I don't think Russia for the longest has been number one in the world for the longest. Now it's different. Now when you get guys that are having success at a very, very young age, it just sets the tone. Like this is why America's getting better because guys are just becoming younger and younger, making the world team. We go back to look at what Bo Bassett was just able to do. Look at Jaden James making it all the way to the trials finals against a world beater in David Carr. I think he's wrestling for the junior world title today. But when you start having success like that, man, like Russia, I don't think Russia's gonna catch up to us. I think the resources that we have And I feel like even folk style wrestling, like it makes it interesting for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you need that 4 or 5 year gap of doing a style and just competing on a continuous basis, on every week or every 2 weeks to be able to just learn new fundamentals and then do freestyle again. So I used to disagree with folks that we should just be doing freestyle, but I think it's a good break now, man. I've learned to love folk style wrestling too.
So you've trained it.
Yeah, I trained it, man. I like it, man. I like going top bottom, like really understanding like it's another level of respect when you're an Olympic champion, but then you can't get away from this college kid that's holding you down. That's probably not even a starter. You know what I'm saying? It's just it puts things into perspective and how tough folk style wrestling is.
What's your favorite top position move?
Saturday Night Ride.
That makes sense for you. What's next for Henry Cejudo?
What's next? I have Cody Garbrandt in Miami, and then I got Dean the Snake the week right after. So I was able to kind of chime in Miami, and then I was able to chime in Miami because they're both in Miami. So I'm just like, I'm gonna do both. So I'm gonna do it. So I have a wrestling match with Cody, and then I have a Misfits fight with Dean the Snake. So September 26th.
I was talking to your team the other day. They told me that many people don't know that you actually have a boxing background.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So I boxed amateur for 3 years. Once I retired from wrestling when I won the Olympics, I've always had like a love for boxing, and so these guys they're in for a treat, where I could just let go of not having the ability to grapple, but yet use my finesse and power. I mean, I knocked a lot of people out in the UFC too, like Hall of Famers and things like that. So the biggest thing with me, Adolfo, was I gotta stay consistent, and I just because my lifestyle just completely changed when I had kids, where I have a fight, all right, and I don't go back to the gym on Monday. Like I'm just out, I get my beer belly, hanging out with my kids, my family, and then once I have a fight again, I would get ready. But now that I'm 39, like I gotta just stay consistent with training and train every day. That's the only way to do it. And this is what I was telling you. I have to be pushed, man. So I think the more competitions that I do have, the more disciplined that I could become, because I accomplished everything in life. I accomplished everything that I set out to do, from the Olympics to the UFC, and I gotta continue to keep having goals and being busy. My biggest thing.
Anything else?
No. I just want to say, Wrestlers Grind. You guys, congratulations, man. You guys doing a great job, and a big shout out to the Duff man, to
Thank you.
Hunter.
Yeah, thank you.